it's me, Jay, and I am back for another gorgeous tutorial for you guys. I'm going to start priming my face off with the Urban Decay's Optical Illusion Complexion Primer as usual to smooth my skin out and cover those pores. Then I'm going to hydrate my face a little bit more with the Urban Decay's Rebound Collagen Infused Collection Prep Priming Spray. And then I'm going to start off with my brows because we are doing a glitter look. And I like to just shape my face a little bit doing my brows first before we do anything else, using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Chocolate. As you can see, I am drawing that outline, filling them in as I go along. And then as you can see next, I'm going to be going upward strokes to create that hair-like illusion in the front. And then I'm going to finish filling in my brow and making that elongated extra tail that I like to make because I love a very exaggerated brow, unfortunately. Next, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I am in the shade Cool Medium. I really like this concealer. If you've ever used Born This Way foundation, it's a very full coverage dewy foundation. You're going to love the concealer because it's still lightweight and it's not cakey, but it is going to give you that full coverage. And I'm just simply cleaning up anything I did not want to be there when I sketched out my brow and sharpening up the lines and making it very crisp and clean. I like to use a concealer very close to my skin tone. Whenever I do my darker complected clients, I use a half a shade to a shade lighter than their skin tone because it gives them that nice brow lift as if you got a fresh eyebrow waxing. Now I am carving out the top of my brow. Like I said, I start a fourth away from the front of my brow to keep that hair-like stroke illusion going, and then carve out the rest of it, giving it a slight arch, bringing it down to a nice straight tip. And here I'm showing you what a cleanup brow looks like versus a sketch brow. People always wonder why their brows don't look snatched because, girl, you gotta use some concealer. Next, we're gonna go in with my favorite eyeshadow priming potion, and it's by Urban Decay in the shade Eden. I love this priming potion. Like I said, you never have to set it with a powder. A lot of people like using concealer, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I like a good old-fashioned eye primer potion from Urban because I'm taking one step out of it and I don't have to set it with powder before I go in with my shadows. Next, I am going in with the Morphe Palette, the 35S palette, and I'm taking this bright yellow shade using my favorite blending brush, the Morphe M504 brush, and I'm going to start building this yellow shade onto my eyelid as my transition color. Next, I'm going in with this pink shade in the same 35S Morphe palette with the brush, the M441 brush by Morphe as well. And I'm concentrating this color in my crease, and I'm going to slowly build this pink shade as well. I noticed it wasn't as vibrant as I wanted it, so I went in with another darker pink shade using that same brush. And look how vibrant that came out. I think I put a little bit too much on, so you guys are going to see me really, really, really buff this color in. Next, I'm going to go back in with that Morphe M504 brush, my first blending brush. And I'm really going to try to buff these two colors in to get that harsh line away. Well, not away, but gone. And I went in with some more yellow just to make sure it's blending very nicely. Next, I'm going to go in with this darker purple shade, and I'm going to use the Morphe MS2 brush. Don't quote me, guys, because it's almost faded off of my brush. I've had this brush for so long and I love it. It's the teeniest, fluffiest blending brush you can ever get, and I'm going to slowly build that purple shade up using it, concentrating directly in the crease of my eye. Then as you see, I'm going to go back in with that M441 brush, and I'm not using any extra product, but I'm just buffing out that purple into that pink very seamlessly so it can look very nicely blended. And then I'm going back in with my M504 brush and buffing that pink into that yellow and adding some more product because sometimes colors get lost in the transition. Then I'm going in with my Anastasia Prism palette, and using the shade Lucid as my brow bone highlight. Then as you can see, I'm starting to cut my crease, and the brush I'm using to cut my crease is the Urban Decay's E213 brush, and I am using the Too Faced concealer that I used earlier to carve out my brows. The reason I like using concealer to carve out my cut crease than a primer potion is because the primer potion dries too quickly and it becomes very stiff and you can't really work with it, where a concealer gives you a little bit more time to manipulate it and perfect it without it drying so quickly. Next, I'm going in with this very light pink shadow, and I'm taking the Morphe B75 flat brush, and what I'm doing is just packing this shade onto where I cut my crease just to give it something to absorb so it's not so wet, and it'll be a nice dry finish to lay down my glitter. Then I'm going in with my NYX glitter primer, which I love, using the Sigma Concealer F70 brush, and I'm working in sections. So I'm laying down a little bit of the glitter primer first. It's not glitter glue, it's glitter primer. So I'm laying down some of the glitter primer first, and then I'm using my Morphe M705 concealer brush, dipping it into my glitter and laying down that glitter right where I put that glitter primer at. And then I'm doing it back and forth for my first shade. And it reminds me of like sugar. I don't know, sugar crystals, the first color I laid down. I really liked it. Next, you'll see me start working in sections to start priming my lid to lay down the second shade, which is that pink glitter shade. And I'm kind of packing it and blending it at the same time with the first shade so it looks super seamless. And I'm using the same concealer brush, the M705 brush, to pack that first, well, not the first, but the second glitter shade. And then you'll see me use a itty bitty teeny flat packing brush to lay down that glitter in that, what is it, the wing part of it, I guess you can say. I got this brush at Michael's. It was a painter's brush. I don't know what it was for, but it worked out great. And yeah, I got the job done. Then I'm going in with my black eyeliner, and I'm using my Razor Sharp eyeliner by Urban as usual. I love this liquid eyeliner, hands down, in the shade Perversion. I like using a liquid eyeliner anytime you do glitter looks because it just glides over top of the glitter super effortlessly without making it too cakey or moving or disturbing the glitter on your lid, giving less fallout as possible. And yeah, you can see me creating that sharp wing there. Snatch it. Next, you can see me applying mascara to get my lashes ready to lay down these falsies to complete the eye look. And you can use any mascara of your choice. And the lashes that I'm going in with today are by Vegas Nay, called Grand Glamor. These lashes are really nice. It has a little bit of a thicker band, but that's okay whenever you do black eyeliner. I feel like it just blends in anyway. I wouldn't use them by themselves without an eyeliner, but they work great for this look. Then I'm going in with the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I am in the shade 6.5 right now. And I absolutely love this foundation. Y'all, this is like my holy grail foundation, hands down. It's not only full coverage, but it dries down to a powder, taking the step out of setting your face with the powder, making your face feel less cakey and a little bit more natural, as if you're wearing nothing, really, to be honest with you. And then I'm going in with that concealer where I usually go underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, my chin, and above my lip, using the Born This Way concealer that I've been using throughout the video in the shade Cool Medium. As you can see, I'm just helping clean up my eyeshadow and my black eyeliner just a little bit more with that concealer, just making it super, super, super crisp. If I did make it, not make it, or what I'm trying to say is if I did make a mistake or not, you won't see it because the concealer just really erases everything again. And then I'm going in with my beauty blender and blending that into my skin very seamlessly. Next, I'll be going in with the Urban Decay's Naked Flush Palette in the shade Cecil, using that bronze shade right there. And I am snatching those cheeks to the gods, giving some lift to them. And I'm going to be using a small, round, fluffy brush. You can use any small, round, fluffy brush if that is your brush of choice. I prefer to use a small, round, fluffy brush to snatch my cheeks. I feel like it gets a little bit more precise, and I can make small circular motions to seamlessly buff that into my skin. And whatever you do on the top, you must do on the bottom as well. Then I'm just using a blending brush just to snatch my nose for this purpose of this video. And then as you can see, I'm going in with my beauty blender and just buffing that into my nose so it looks very natural, no harsh lines. And then I'm taking the butt of my beauty blender and carving out my cheeks because I don't like to use powder. I like a dewy finish. Then I'm going in with the Tarte Hotel Harris bronzer and just carving out those hollows of my cheeks just a little bit more because I'm just a little bit extra. Then my favorite part, I'm going in with the Kristen Leanne palette by Urban, and I am using that middle shade to highlight my face using the Morphe M501 brush. And yes, girl, look at that glow come through. And then to finish this look off, I am using the All Nighter Pollution Protection Setting Spray by Urban Decay. And yeah, guys, that's the final look. I will list the liquid lip by NYX I use at the bottom. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to thumbs this video up, comment, and subscribe. And I love y'all. See you next time.